everyone, Victoria Jennings here from Entrepreneurs Building Success. Um, I'm really excited to speak with you today. I'm going to be talking about a new launch that I'm actually doing right now, and it's all about becoming a certified EBS coach. So, in other words, using my tools and my things that I have in my toolbox, and you can use as your own and use them with your clients. Okay, so I'm really excited to be doing this today. I'm only doing this in this group at the moment before I do a full-on launch. So I'm just going to go through what's in it, and you can decide if it's for you or not for you. This is for business coaches and life coaches alike. All right. So I'd love you also to let me know that you're here. Write in the comments where you're coming from today. And I'd love to see those comments coming in so that I know I'm just not talking to myself. Okay, so how would it be if you could turn your next sales call into a 5-figure client with a really simple method where you decode their entrepreneurial DNA and you build rapport on that call instantly and build trust, so that on your strategy call, your first strategy call, your sales call with your potential client, they don't even let you get to the closing. They are asking, how can they work with you? Who'd like that? Would that be cool? All right. So you can build instant rapport by giving them a profile prior to getting onto your call. And so it's a wonderful way to show them how you know them intimately in a very short period of time, that you understand their genius zone, you understand the strengths that they can then leverage in their business or in their life goals. You understand what challenges them, and you can give them all of those insights in a very short period of time, about 15 minutes on the call, as I said, to build rapport and build trust. Okay, and even if they might not be able to work with you that day, they are going to be so open to your follow-ups and other offers that you might have. It really sets the relationship up for a wonderful relationship, which we all want with our clients, don't we? It sets them up for a wonderful relationship ahead. And the other thing that this will do, it will create 2 new income streams for you. So I'm going to go into that in a little bit more detail as we go down further on. And there's also an opportunity to license and white label the profiling tool itself. So to have it all badged and branded for you so that you can use it as a lead magnet, you can use it in all of your different materials, funnels, website, blah, 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 blah. Okay. This tool is incredible for this purpose, and I've been using it for a really long time now, and it just makes everything flow with ease and grace. Okay, so why most coaches struggle to scale is because the market is saturated at the moment, and especially now with ChatGPT, there are a lot of people building courses, building coaching practices all through ChatGPT, or other AI products. And it's flooding the market, and it's actually doing the market damage as well, because those people have got no depth behind them. They haven't walked the walk and talked the talk. They're just looking at an opportunity to make offers and sell them. And so it's going to damage the genuine coaches out there, which really makes me sad. But eventually the marketplace will work that out. But they're going to waste a lot of money and have a lot of bad experiences, which is then going to create more friction for when the legitimate coaches coming from integrity, have those coaching calls with them. So this is a way to appease all of that and to help them understand that you're different. It gives you a unique selling proposition immediately. Okay. So how can coaches easily position themselves as being unique, this is how. This first call, you will definitely be unique. They will definitely know you know a lot more about them than any coach ever has on that first call. Offers are hard to sell, really hard to sell without building that rapport and building that trust. And it's very difficult to do that in a 30-minute call. Very difficult to do that. So I believe this is the missing link. And this is where you can personalize insights for them on that call immediately. And you can give them alignment and show them alignment to their business or to their life goals. And that creates instant value. Instant value. They also receive a 15-page report all about them. And that's got to be a great thing as well. So it's high value. It's a really high value way to interact with your clients as a client, or to interact with the prospective client. There's nothing like it. So the fastest way to build trust, authority, and demand as a coach is to show someone who they are better than they've ever seen themselves. And then align that to insights and their goals. And that's magic. That creates magic. It just takes away so many barriers in that first 15 minutes. Okay? And sometimes, no, they don't do their profile. Doesn't matter how many times you reach out on email or on Messenger, whichever form of communication you're using with them. Sometimes they just don't do it, which usually tells you what profile they are anyway. But I will then make them, if they've got time, I'll make them do it on the call, and I'll wait for them to do it. Because also in my Roadmap to Millions bootcamp program, we teach about how to sell to the different profiles as well. Okay, so there is language you need to use. There is a process, a different sales process, 4 different sales processes that we should be using with people. And, the profiling tool is the beginning of that journey, all right? So you will learn all of that in this program as well. So you'll be able to position yourself, and your sales call will become easier as well with this information. Okay, so the power of the EBS profiling tool is that it covers 4 pillars, if you like, in business, and 4 pillars of our way of being, how we show up. And the 4 pillars are strategy, communication, implementation, and systems. All right, and systems is aligned with logical thinking. So it gives a nice foundation. It presents a lovely foundation of how these people have been showing up in life, in relationships, in business, everything they've done. And they can probably see the patterns since they were about 7 or 8 years old when they look back, and how this plays out, and how it plays out in team dynamics, how it plays out in relationship dynamics. There's a whole lot of different ways you can utilize this tool when you understand how to use it. It instantly creates deep connections on calls because you know them inside out, and they're blown away from that. They're absolutely blown away. It reveals bottlenecks and blind spots that they might have in seconds. Okay. It frames your offer as the clear solution to their inner wiring and what they want to achieve. It does all of that in 15 minutes. I don't know of anything else that can do that. Please let me know in the comments if you know of anything else that can do that. Okay, so the uses for this tool, number 1 is a strategy or sales call. So the certified coaches are trained to give a 15-minute debrief on that call, and convert the sales calls easily and effortlessly. So when done well, they will ask you, before you can get to the close, they will ask you, how can they work with you? Because they will have never have seen this much clarity with someone ever before on any type of sales call. I guarantee that. Because you prove on that call that you know them, you know who they are. And you haven't even begun to work together yet, but you know them. Okay. And you give them some insights and they get aha moments as you go through this, because they can see what you're showing them. They can see how it's turned up in their life and how it's turning up in their businesses. And they have quite a few giggles. It makes the whole call a lot lighter as well, more enjoyable, and you can actually share some laughs together. You know their genius zone, you know their challenges, you know which strategies will work for them and which won't. You'll be able to tell them why some coaches have been great for them, other coaches not so much, because the other coach was coming from a perspective that they just can't see. Okay? It's so powerful, and it continues to develop even more throughout the rest of their journey with you as their coach. It never ends, because they're going to continuously get more and more aha moments as they journey with you. So you can use the profile also to create additional income streams. So how can you do that? You'll have an additional offering in your toolbox. So you'll be able to also give them 45-minute debrief calls where you go into the tool in a lot more detail, in specifically how it shows up for them and how it has shown up for them. And we use the 80-20 principle. We ask guiding questions and we have them talking most of the time on that call. Now, if you do that, there's a couple of ways you can utilize that. You can utilize that as an opportunity for them just to have that debrief. And you can charge for that debrief. Okay? You can charge whatever you like. You can charge $400, $500, whatever you want to charge, you can charge. Because it is that valuable. It's more valuable than that, but it's that valuable. The other thing that it will do, they will also on that call ask how they can work with you, because they won't have seen that anywhere. So you can use this. It's a great way to re-engage clients who've worked with you in the past. Okay, it's a fantastic way to do that. It's a lovely upsell to them doing the profile, all right, because you're then going to give them a deeper cut of who they are according to the profiling tool. And it's a great way to move those who've been sitting on the fence. So those that are in your follow-ups who are interested, but they just haven't bought yet. It's a really great way to re-engage them with you. Okay. And it's not that expensive for them to invest in. They can invest in that pretty quickly. But I guarantee you that at the end of that 45-minute call, or before you get to it, they will be asking how to work. It will just solidify everything, and they'll want to be with you. Okay, it will not be a problem. So you can use the first profile debrief, as your first one-on-one in your coaching call, because it's going to set the scene for your whole relationship together on the journey. So you add that in as step number one, because often I know that coaches don't know what to do on that first call. They get really concerned. But if you do their profile debrief first, then it's going to spill out exactly what goals they need. It will start to unfold naturally, and then you'll have a really good opportunity to do up a proper plan for them if you're doing individual coaching one-on-one. If you're doing group coaching, it's still wonderful, because you can incorporate that into your programs and explain what the different profiles mean. Okay, and have a video on that. And add it into your programs, into your offerings as something additional and something really valuable. And then you can all be talking the same language as you're moving through the coaching program. So that's a couple of ways you can do it. You can use this with life coaching and business coaching, as I said before. Life coaching, you'll be focusing on goals. Business coaching, you'll be focusing on their business and what blocks are showing up because of who they are and what things they should be leveraging more of because of who they are. Okay. You can use this method working with entrepreneurs or business owners. So, in other words, business to business strategies it works wonderfully for, or business to consumer it also works wonderfully for. I haven't seen a place where it doesn't work. It works across industries, so it doesn't matter what industry you're engaged in. If you're in health, if you're in fitness, if you can still use it. Okay. If you're coaching other coaches, it's a great tool to use when working with them. There's just so many uses for it, and it just makes everything flow so much easier. And the other thing you can use it for is you can do, as I said, you can do group debriefs when you have everyone in the room together and you go through each profile and they've got their profile in front of them. So as you're talking to each one, they're understanding it completely. Okay, but you're doing it in a group rather than one-on-one. And you can use that to go into corporates, and you might not be working with them now, corporates, government agencies, small to medium-sized enterprises, all right, and you can be aligning their strengths to the roles that they're in, the projects that they're working on, the tasks that they have to do. You can align it all back to that, and that can actually start to change the culture in the organization. That's really cool as well. Okay. So coaches can move from selling by the hour to selling by, the offer, which is where you want to be. So you can charge, and that normally takes half a day to do with a client when you go in and do a group workshop. It usually takes half a day to do that so that they understand it and can start working with it. They understand each other then, they understand how to work together. It really changes the dynamics of the teams. And you can charge $5,000, $10,000 for that half-day session. It's amazing. And how you'll sell that session is to do a debrief with the human resource manager or the CEO. It's pretty cool. I worked with an organization, well, I've worked with lots, but I worked with a large organization of 60,000 staff with the University of Nebraska. Okay. And I actually saved them $6 million in salaries by doing what we did. They had 300 people turning up for business in 2 weeks' time. We had them all in teams and balanced and aligned before they even arrived. Okay. So it took away that pain of organically finding out who's who in the zoo and who's on your team, which is painstaking. It takes about 12 to 24 weeks to find that out. We can find it out instantly. It takes them 15 minutes to do the profile. That's it. 25 questions, multiple choice. So easy. Okay. So using the, as I said, you can get into corporates, government agencies, and SMEs. That's small to medium-sized enterprises, by the way. And that might perhaps open up a whole new market for you. You might not be in that space at the moment. And that's a cool space to be in because they have more opportunities and more income to be able to spend on those sorts of things. And it's always, team dynamics is always a problem in organizations because they don't understand this. And they have people all in the wrong, they have all people in wrong roles and doing wrong tasks and wonder why everyone procrastinates, absenteeism is high, productivity is low. Okay, so it's really great for that. That will be for the business coaches, all right? Life coaches will not want to get involved with that. Okay, and so you be seen then as the organizational strategist and the team dynamics facilitator. Okay, it's cool, so cool. All right, then There's a business opportunity for coaches as well, and here's what coaches learn in my new certification program. There's an application process for this, by the way. I won't be taking everybody. I'll only be taking the ones that I feel are suitable to be able to do this. And there's also an opportunity to work with me once you're certified. There's an opportunity to work with me as well and do that business to business coaching for me, the group profile debriefs with businesses. Okay, so you're going to learn how to unpack profiles and deliver powerful debriefs. You're going to learn how to structure the sales call using the profiling tool to build trust and rapport. You're going to learn how to run team workshops using the profiling tool for groups just to identify their profile and how they can work together better. There's another level that I'll talk about later on, which is where you facilitate workshops. And I give you all the tools to do that as well. But that's the next level up. We're not talking about that today. Okay. How to use the profiling tool as a lead magnet. It's a wonderful lead magnet. People always want to know more about them. So it's a great way to get them engaged that way and get them onto your emailing list. Okay. It's a great conversation starter in Facebook groups. Works really well. Want to know more? Comment below, right? It's a great workshop hook. So again, talking about the business to business people, coaches. And when you come and do the certification program with me, you also get to implement my entire system into your business. So you will make improvements along the way. You will have your own aha moments. And for business coaches, that's fantastic because you'll have stories to share when you start using it on the people that with the people that you coach. Okay. So that's also a fantastic opportunity. And my system will make you a 7-figure per annum business. That's what I do. That's what we put in place together. Okay. All right. And then there's another option as well where you can white label the profiling tool for yourself. So you have your own branding. It's linked to your website. It's used in your funnels. It's used for your lead generation. And it's used to build your emailing list. Okay. Really, really powerful. So that's an option. You don't have to do that. You can keep using my tool, all right? But if you want to upgrade and do the white labeling thing, you can do that as well. And I'd strongly recommend that you do. Okay. So this is a system I've used to scale my own businesses and multiple businesses in Australia and internationally. I've used it with all sorts of sized businesses. I've used it in the medical industry, the health industry, the allied health industry, universities, colleges, construction, you name it. I've used it in there and it's worked. Okay, so now I'm offering this to you to help grow your coaching practice, to give you that unique selling proposition, to give you additional income streams. And to give you a mechanism where you can convert more leads into your programs simply by doing a mini 15-minute debrief with them on that strategy call or sales call. Okay. All right. So if you're ready to stop chasing the leads and to start converting more of your clients in that call, if you're ready to have additional income streams, if you're ready to have new products that you can offer, if you're ready to be able to stand out from other life coaches and business coaches, then this is for you. Okay. And so you'll actually see the tool in action on our call. We're going to have a call. That's the first step. Okay. We're going to talk about your coaching practice. We're going to talk about your background, what you've done in past lives professionally. so that I can see if we are a fit to work together and if I believe this is going to be beneficial for you to add into your business practice, your coaching practice. All right. So, and then we can also explore the labeling pathways that I have too, and partnering pathways that are available as well. So, if you're interested in this, I would love you to comment in the comments below, or wherever this video is being shown, whatever that method is that you're being given instructions to do. Okay, just comment profile, and we will organize a one-on-one call with me so that we can determine the opportunities together and determine if you are in fact a good fit, and we'll go to the next step, which will be an application process, a written application process. Okay, all right, who's in? Comment in below. No, don't comment in below, comment profile below. Profile, just comment profile, and we'll get in touch with you. Myself or my team will. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was a little bit insightful. I'm so excited about it. I haven't been this excited since I co-authored my book with Jack Canfield. I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited to offer this to other coaches. I know it will make a huge difference in your life, as it has mine. It also let me know why my 2 boys were chalk and cheese growing up. It explained all of that, and I made sure, because of that knowledge that I had, I made sure I guided them on the path of least resistance for their careers. And I'm so happy to say they're both in wonderful careers, doing really, really well and enjoying themselves and being happy at the same time. So, all right, comment profile below if you'd like more information. Get on a call with me, find out about all this wonderful opportunity so that you can add it to your coaching practice. I look forward to seeing you again next week when we take care of business. Bye, everyone.